this one. Beginning right in the mundane ritual of preparing a sandwich, really grounded us in that idea of the repetitiveness of domesticity and just the boredom of that. And it's such a playful image, the stacks and stacks of peanut butter sandwiches everywhere you look, even under the cupboard. It was so inventive. But also had a lot of weight to it. It was a funny image, but there was so much sadness in it at the same time. The dancer and the choreography were a really brilliant match. And just to express the power inside of her and kind of a yearning to go back to what she once was. And I thought those jewel tones were so striking, and the end of it just had this kind of luxuriousness and indulgence that she very much deserved at the end.
I really, really enjoyed watching this. I thought that the attention to detail was so crazy and so precise, and the dancing was so precise, and I absolutely loved that. I really liked how they kind of took you on a journey from the beginning where she's making like the peanut butter sandwiches to by the time you get to the end it feels like a different person. And I like that they took you on the journey through the entire dance, and there was such like a sensuality in the way that she danced, especially when you get more towards the end, and it did such a great job of building especially with the music. I think that really was the point, that like the music was the thing in this one for me that kind of tied it all together, and the way it built and the way it showed and like the movements that she was doing, and they were so different in each of the kind of sections, and then by the time you get to the end it just feels so free and it feels so like fluid, and I really, really liked that.
For some reason, this reminded me a lot of Sally Hawkins' character from The Shape of Water, because she's this woman who can't be controlled or tamed. She's a mature woman who has this subtle but commanding presence and sexuality about her, which we just don't get to see often in like women, you know, in their middle age. I really enjoyed seeing her evolve from this like housewife type to seeing her desire for this golden, beautiful dress that she created. Perhaps it's another version of herself, and then seeing her completely embody it in this scene with the couch, and the last scene of her sitting there so regally and sipping on this martini or whatever drink that she had in her hand. It was just the icing on the cake, and I liked you know, seeing how powerful she was in herself, with herself, and I hope that I can be that as well one day.
This one gave me the sense of being with a magazine, a haute couture magazine. It was very elegant, and it was magic with this dancing, and also the dresses, and this even the couch where she is sitting. It gives a sense of calmness, which might not be the case, but it was a really nice job.
I thought it was bold, I thought it was colorful, I thought it was unique.
I just thought this one had such an interesting visual quality to it. I love the color choices, the set decoration, the wardrobes, even the cinematography, the way a lot of things were framed, right up until the end with that last shot with the golden yellow piece just sitting there, just powerful, elegant. I love the way a lot of it was put together, and I think it really worked in an interesting way.
Really cool. I feel like, you know, this is a compliment, but this like could be a commercial. Like it looks like it, just like the way that it's shot and the like use of color, and it's like very, you know, enticing, and it's very exciting and sensory, and it like makes you kind of like you want to wear that dress. Like it's everything is very beautiful and glowing. I don't know if it was shot with like, you know, like a black promise filter or something like that, but it was rad. And yeah, I mean, kudos to that dancer, the actress, for carrying the whole thing, and the production design. I feel like truly the production design is the aspect that kind of shines in this more than anything else, just because it's so extravagant and you know, there's so much texture. So really loved it.
So there was a lot of texture in Golden. I noticed some similarities in her dance from the kitchen to the mannequin to the couch scene. Margaret, the dancer, did a phenomenal job dancing to the tune of Struggling with Memory Loss, in the kitchen especially. I really felt the desperation in the character when she spread over the kitchen counter and her hand fell limp and then swayed like a pendulum. I noticed she used the same stance on the couch as well during that choreography.
That's beautiful. The beautiful costumes, the lighting in the opening scene just really brought me intrigued, brought me into the film. The breathing sounds, wonderful accompaniment to a great set design. Love the contemporary. My son dances, so contemporary, that's my most favorite. And the piece in the kitchen with the pink on pink, the costumes, it was just so beautiful. The shots were beautifully captured. It's almost like you were a dancer dancing a duet with this soloist. The subtle music accompaniment, the set design, exquisite, dazzled with the costumes, as I mentioned before. And I loved, as the film came to a climax, the gospel voices as it reached the pinnacle of the story. I just thought it was just beautifully done, and the lighting when the soloist was sitting on that beautiful couch. I just loved, there was natural light streaming down. It was just beautiful to watch on every level.